I've watched a lot of Let's Plays in my time as being a Minecraft YouTuber and Minecraft YouTube watcher, and there are a few different things that I've noticed. Some of them build to make things look and feel real, make it look like it's alive. And there are others that build a lot of farms, they do a lot of technical stuff, and they're just sitting out there totally uncovered, and it just doesn't look real, you know? It looks like they just built this stuff without any thought about what or how it would integrate into the world. But I want to build my world to feel real. And there are a lot of different things you can do. But why do I want it to feel real? Like, I want to be able to walk around in it and have it feel familiar to me. Have it feel like it could be a home or that there are people around. And if there are people around, it doesn't feel so lonely, you know? Quite often, like when you look around here, this is my plans for the city. And I just feel like if I build up all this stuff and let's say we go right over here. Okay? So we're here. We got a road going off in that direction. We have buildings all around here. We can see probably buildings over there. We can see building here and over there. There's a road that goes down to where there's more buildings. And if you're coming through here, you've got buildings on all sides, right? And there will be buildings straight ahead too. And it just makes it feel like, you know, you're in the middle of some city. Now, of course, this area is quite narrow. It's not what you would expect in a real life city. Although there is a really, really skinny city in China that has a bunch of skyscrapers and it's just in this really deep valley along a river. That's fascinating to look at. But in this area, I'm not doing skyscrapers and it's not a modern city. So how can I make it feel like this is a place that is real? Well, clutter is one thing. So anywhere that there are streets, let's say over here, we want to have things sitting out, like just little things, like maybe there's a cart or there's a couple of barrels. There's a little corner that has a tree and, you know, things like that. I want there to be signs on buildings, especially if they are stores. I want there to be signs that people live here. That, I think, is really important. But I also want everything to have its own story. And if everything has a story, it has a life. It has people that live there. It has people that work there. It has people that visit and enjoy themselves. Eventually, I'd love to populate this area with villagers. Just have villagers walking around. And of course, I would have gates to keep them from walking out of the city. But I want to make sure that they're able to walk around. And of course, I would use name tags and name them. And I just want them to be there so that it feels like they're really there. But other things are like automated farms. Now, if we go over here, I don't want the automated farms to look like they are automated farms. Like I'm going to have a sugarcane farm over here, but it's in an area that's industrial. I don't want it to be like it's going to obviously be a sugarcane farm. I want it to be inside a building that is actually being used to make paper. So it's basically a pulp and paper mill. It's an auto sugarcane farm with a crafter inside that is constantly making paper. Because I use a lot of paper in this world. And I just want to be able to have all of those things available. Up here, I'm going to have a couple of things. Let's see, over here we've got a super smelter. And again, this can be some, well, there are smelters. I mean, that's a thing. We've got a clay factory and a brick factory, I guess, over here. They're connected. And they're going to actually look like industrial buildings. And over here is our iron farm. This is the thing I'm working on at the moment. And this will be in an ironworks building. But I want everything to be inside. I don't want things to be standing outside and looking very Minecrafty, you know what I mean? By the way, skeleton spawner directly below. I'd have to build something here because I want the bones. Really want the bones. Lots of things. Bridge going over there. That's very Minecrafty. I mean, that's something that's more realistic, right? And over here, got large warehouse and docks. So great place for storage. Got a bridge there. And what I put here, a lava generator. So a lava farm, which would be a fuel source for a lot of the things that I'm making. So I want to have that inside something that is appropriate. So what would you find? Where would you find lava other than I know I already have an iron farm going up over there, but it's a little different, isn't it? Same thing over here. We're going to have a chicken farm, but we're going to have a chicken cooker. So that's going to be hidden. The chicken farm, we're going to have chicken coop. We're going to have fences, walls, and things like that because, you know, we just want them to be out of the way. So I'd like those things to be hidden. And over here, we're going to have a tanner. Now, this is going to be a nice big cattle farm here. Going to have lots of cows all over. And we're going to have a cow crusher, in which we will get leather and beef. So beef is one of the best foods in the game. So I want to be able to have access to that. Leather, of course, is for books. And also the chicken farm, we would be getting, of course, feathers, which is for the books. Again, book and quills. Books and quills, yeah. And we got a wall. And inside, because we have so many of the materials here, we could have a bookbinder here. Close access to leather and feathers, and we could have all of the paper transported over to here. So I would be doing that myself. I would have to actually transport all of that over here. That will be lots of fun. Another thing, another farm over here. And I think it's going right over here. So we'd have a sheep farm right by the sheep. So I want to have a 16 color wool farm. It's going to probably be like a barn, some sort of barn. And we'll have all the sheep, all 16 colors of sheep inside. And be able to make all of the wool that we need. And even the stairs and slabs, right? Of course. But I want it to, you know, areas like this look chaotic, but I'm thinking I'm going to fill this with water. Fill this all up with water. And this would be kind of a river. Kind of. There is... okay, over here. Yeah, I'd make this a little bit more realistic. We'd have a spring up here, and stream goes down into the lake over here and splits off, I think, going down here too. Oh, hello. We got a creeper down there. So, of course, having people around here, not just villagers, but also having stories, like I mentioned, with all of the books. So you'd come in here and you'd see that there's stories that so many people have written. But there's another thing that I want to do, and this is for channel members and patrons. I want them to have their own place in here and their own character. Now, since this is not in creative, I wouldn't be able to do mannequins. I could do that for like downloads, but that's a lot of entities to put in. I'm not so sure about that. I mean, there's a lot of cushions that are going to go in too. That's a lot of entities. That could cause lag. But I want everything to look like it's kind of real, you know? We need things like parks. We need the usual, typical, everyday jobs that people do, not just the villager jobs. We need things that you would typically see in a normal city. I need a fire department. We're going to have a hospital. We need some sort of police force. So services like that. We need schools. I need to figure out where to put a school in this city. So yeah, we need schools. We need little shops of pretty much anything. Candle makers, which you can do in Minecraft, of course. Potters, which you can also do in Minecraft, which is great. Bakery, which I've already done. That was the first house built in this village, this city. And doing things like in here, I'm building a cafe that has a view of this. Yeah, kind of a cave cafe. Fun little thing. What do I call it? Cave cafe. Universities, which we're going to have over here. Of course, religion. This world has its own religion, or probably set of religions. They're kind of loosely based off of each other. And multiple gods. And yeah, I want to have boats everywhere. Along the roads between the cities and villages, I want carts. I want little campsites. I want little areas where the wandering traders stop. I want, outside of or inside villages, I want to have marketplaces where the local goods are sold, but also goods from other places are sold. And every village has its own little style, you know? Every country has its own general style. Now this country, of course, would have its own major style. We're kind of going almost generic fantasy, European style fantasy. Not medieval, but it's going to be a little bit more modern, early, what do you call it? Industrial age. But with some older stuff in it as well. I mean, this village is going to have an old fort. Or is this a manor house? I believe I said this is going to be a manor house. I don't even have the sign here. Did I actually forget to put a sign in here saying I didn't put a sign, did I? It's one of the first villages that I did. So yeah, I was thinking of doing a manor house, or like this is a big property. Yeah, It's in the video. I didn't actually put the sign down. Oh well. But yeah, I want villages to be designed so that they are organic in nature, but also realistic. I want to watch videos and look at old maps of medieval villages and things like that and just see how things were laid out, what kinds of things were in the villages and cities, and just build based on that. One thing is I learned when I was doing when I was planning medieval building tutorial series. Tanners are outside of villages and cities because they smell. They smell bad, which is why I'm doing it outside. Precipia. Yeah. So there is that kind of thing. And these villagers, I need to save every villager in this world. They are precious. I want to keep them. But yeah, I want to make it feel like home, like you can, live there. And patrons and channel members will have a home. And anyone who is of a higher tier, gold tier, will be able to download this world. This is channel members for my main channel, not this channel. And, of course, patrons on Patreon, gold tier as well. So if I were to recommend which would be better, channel members or Patreon, it has more versatility. That's about it. But anyways, let me know what you think in the comments below about this topic. If you like videos like this and would like to see some more, then please consider subscribing to this channel as well as my main one. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.